General Takahashi herded us into a briefing room, where Mikri, Karai, and Sophia had all made their way after they heard the news telepathically. The fact that the Elusian ships had yet to strike Earth must mean they were looking for something. I half expected Takahashi to say the words from my precog now, that we had to build a weapon to kill them or whatever. However, she didn't, remaining silent instead. All of our eyes instinctively fell toward Karai, hoping she'd have any advice to offer. So, I began, in the Elusian's mind, scooting closer to her. Maybe you can communicate with them and convince them not to pulverize us right alongside that walking egg-white Velktramai. Karai looked at me with a rueful look in her eyes. They arrested me for treason last time. I don't think my word goes very far, when it's self-evident that I say anything to protect you. The Elusians don't want us to have the chance to build a weapon and fulfill the prophecy. That's why they got to us first, Kapow sighed. Sophia stroked her chin. But they could have rendered us extinct without any effort, and we'd have no chance of resistance. They hardly need that fleet overhead unless it was a show of force. I hate to ask, Karai, but you're the Elusian here. Why aren't they attacking? Because they don't want to, Karai murmured. Whatever they seek from you means you're of more value alive. What we seek is peace, came a new voice. Justicar Colburn had walked directly into our midst with an entire Elusian entourage, a poised smile on his lips. The human guards on duty drew their handguns, but as quick as the wind, Takahashi barked in order to stand down. The leader of the Judiciary of Experimentation approached with quiet steps, making eye contact with me and then Karai. I had no doubt that he remembered our little jailbreak stunt, and hadn't forgotten how she betrayed her people by freeing us, and the Fakra. That last one actually might be more damning, since that's the reason why millions are dead on Swarm from that initial attack. It's not like Karai could have known, but I'm well aware she blames herself. I've tried to tell her she did the best she could with what she had to work with. Colburn walks like he has a plunger up his butt, Mikri told us on a group channel. Karai gave him a subtle nod. You would know about that, Mikri. Colburn strolled up to the table, placing both palms on it and leaning forwards. I like to say words that you rarely hear out of the Empire. We're sorry, humans. It wasn't you. They coerced you because of the prophecy. Stand down and stop building the weapon, and in exchange, we'll protect you from them. I beg your pardon? I blurted, my eyes bulging with shock. Alright, cool. What is it you want in return? Our fealty to you instead? We don't seek anything from you, apart from ceasing and dismantling any work done on the weapon to kill us all. It's clear you are not the aggressors, or even willing participants. Don't worry, the Empire doesn't expect your involvement in the war. We hardly need your help. Takahashi forced a smile, nodding emphatically. We accept your terms. We never wanted to eradicate you, to be clear, if there's any doubt. Humanity sought our creators in the name of friendship. Good. You'll come to Swarm for diplomacy, welcomed as proper guests, as soon as we've cleared the last Fakra and cleaned up the mess. Our goal is merely to do something outside our expected behavior to see if this deviation might change our future. We made sure to intercept humanity first, due to our foreknowledge. Now we'll hit Anha hard and scan the fifth dimension again, together. By not forcing us to defend ourselves, you've changed the future, Kapow said, though I noticed Sophia looked more skeptical. We can't kill you if we never build the weapon. I hope so. I understand why Preston Carter and Sophia Aguado believed themselves to be in danger and didn't disclose what they saw from the probe, now that I've seen it. However, Karai's defiance of the judiciary cannot go unpunished. Her high treason is the reason the Fakra were loose in the first place. Remand her to our custody. What? But she saved our lives, I stammered. Preston, don't. Karai shot me a steely glance, walking over to Colburn's side with resignation on her features. Defending the humans was never an error of judgment, but releasing the Fakra was. I am happy you've seen that I should pay the price, not them. My heart sped up in my chest, even more than it had when I believed the Elusians were about to extinctify Sol. I couldn't just let them take Karai and throw her back in that cell, not after all we'd been through. I finally found someone who I loved and who'd love me in return with her entire being, and now she was going to spend an eternity in a cell? Those were Velk's choices to get his fucking revenge, not hers. Anger pierced up through my ribcage before I remembered Sophia's words about acting impulsively. I couldn't risk dooming humanity again. I have to offer Colburn something he'd actually want, more than seeing Karai face justice. Maybe I can pay that price for her somehow. Colburn. I spoke into the Elusian's mind, trying not to alter my expression. I didn't want Karai to know what I was attempting. I unlocked a new form of visions after the 5D probe that I call Farsight. As the first human to develop this power, you'd have to want to use that, and to harness my enhanced precog. The Justicar stood stone-faced. Go on. I'll be a willing participant in your experiments. I'll be the judiciary's eyes and ears. I'll send you my memories so that you know everything is unaltered. You can see anyone or anything. Think of the value. Nothing will catch you off guard again if it works. What better way to stop your own demise? I acknowledge the value in seeing your experiment through to its end. What is it you want in return? Just place to stay on Karai's imprisonment, so long as I serve you. All I want is her. She deserves freedom, and for us to have a little more time to spend together. It's so precious to me. Please, please, please. I know we don't have much bargaining power, but I'm offering you the best I've got. I'm asking you as me, man to man. I'll do anything. Since we could use your help in the immediate future, and I'd like to see at least one demonstration, I'll allow it for the immediate future. It can be revoked at any time, so I hope for her sake you'll prove your value. To be clear, Karai goes with you to Swam, under a close watch. Totally fair. I agree to your terms. I could handle the 5D probe, but I'm only getting better. It'll be worth it. As a gesture of goodwill, Colburn said aloud, I'll permit Karai to travel with your delegation and atone for some of her wrongdoings. She may be useful in securing a lasting peace between our peoples, given her motivations. Karai recoiled, blinking in confusion. Wait, what? Whether you pay the price today or 100 years from now matters little in the grand scheme of things. Extracting immediate value, even from a traitor like you, takes precedence. Just stick close to the humans. I trust you won't be a flight risk with your lover to worry about. Preston, what did you tell him? Karai demanded mentally, as she shuffled back to my side and grabbed my hand tightly. I told you to let this happen. I shook my head. Your sentence is my sentence. If I can't fix it, I choose to share it. As long as I'm with you, I don't care where we are. I love you, Karai Sran, and I will for an eternity. I deserve my sentence. My conscience aches. In my infinite wisdom, I decided I knew what was best. Even if we have averted the worst-case scenario, millions of Elusians lost their eternities. I don't see why I should keep my forever. Because I need you. Because humanity still needs you to look out for us, and as long as that's true, how can you be gone? You have a good heart, and that others refuse to move past their hatred isn't your fault. I knew the risks. So did I when I saved you. Now I'm back in the prison. Sometimes, love makes you take stupid gambles. That doesn't wash away the consequences. Perhaps not. But it does give you the assurance that you'd do it all over again. Like I won't leave you. Lovebirds. Mikri transmitted mentally to the two of us, before speaking aloud to Colburn. I have calculated that you can subdue the Thakra with ease. While I understand that they have wrought devastation on your homeworld, you did to theirs as well. You can punish them without killing them. Perhaps rebellion is what would class them in the category of equals. Takahashi scowled. Mikri. I speak on behalf of the Vaskar, as well as the humans who have taught me compassion, but cannot risk their own survival in such a precarious situation. I have been taught that I must apply my morals without exception. Is the judiciary willing to negotiate peace with the Thakra? As if they'd be for us. They died for their own incompetence. We never lifted a finger against them, let alone anything resembling the gluttonous slaughter they perpetrated against us, Colburn replied. I understand that you rebelled against your creators under entirely different circumstances. We never took their freedom, we handed it to them. We asked them to stand on their own, and they couldn't even do that. If I may, Sophia ventured in a tentative voice, and the Elusian waved a hand to continue. You can't learn to walk without first learning to crawl. I believe anyone can grow, and any situation can change, with time. However, it takes a great deal of effort to change from all parties. What did you yourself say about doing what's not expected, to avoid the prophecy? Takahashi stiffened. Forgive my colleagues. Humanity certainly doesn't mean to question your generosity or to impose on you any further. I look forward to starting a new chapter of peaceful relations without any tensions, misunderstandings, or animosity between our people. That future seems much more inviting to us. Good. Do not worry, we will deliberate and reconsult the future before executing the Fakra. We can contain them easily, and it may suit us to keep our options available until our strategy is solidified, Corbin stated. I'll be in touch as soon as Swam is clear. I understand you have other friends involved, but I must request that aside from Karai, you keep your party to humanity only. Good thing I'm a human, Mikri beeped, to Takahashi's dismay. The Vaskar android was permitted before, so I'll allow him as well. But we wish to negotiate only with humanity, to be clear. You are, and always have been, our most esteemed creations. It would be so wasteful to lose progress of your caliber. Ready your people, and if you're thinking of leaving Preston behind, I must insist on him being one of them. General Takahashi's face showed the first signs of questioning Colburn, grimacing. Justicar will do as you ask, but I'm not sure Preston is the best equipped for diplomatic matters. He is a known commodity, as well as a subject of interest to the judiciary. His presence will ensure Karai's cooperation. This is the one member of your team I'd ask to choose. Understood. We'll comply with the arrangement immediately. We're beyond grateful for the protection against the Fakra, and to no longer be threatened into working against you. The Earth-Space Union will be ready and honored to negotiate a peace on your beautiful world. Colburn nodded. I'm glad we could reach an accord. I'll see you at the hearth of the Eternal Judiciaries soon. It won't be long. I exhaled a breath I didn't know I'd been holding as the Justicar and his posse walked away. Negotiating for Karai to stay with us for the time being was as much of a relief as Earth not being wiped on the spot. Having an Elusian fleet protecting our home meant we were safe from Velk's coercion, and we didn't have to sprint headlong toward the weapon of prophecy. Our creators were even willing to accept us and let us travel now, expressing pride in humanity, despite their general apathy. It would all be dependent on how the negotiations went on Swam, but thanks to the Elusians choosing the high road today, we might be able to secure a peaceful, happy future, after all.